the PL stem strong verb. We have covered, of course, the cow, and it's simple kind of action. It's nuance, simple action in the active voice, and it's passive form, the Niphal, and then we have covered the um, Hiphil, where the causative kind of action in the active voice, and then Hophal, the causative action, passive voice. Now we are moving to the more intensive action, and the PL for the active voice, and the Puel for the passive voice. So we're going to pick up here in chapter 30, but I want to begin looking at this Hebrew stem PL. It expresses really an intensive, repeated, or sometimes intentional kind of action. Ultimately emphasizes some sort of form of intensity, but sometimes sort of habitual or repeatable kind of action, and some other nuances that we'll get into in the class. It's not just showing that something happened; it happens more forcefully or purposefully or thoroughly sometimes. For example, in Psalm 51, verse 2, there the passage is, "Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity," David writes. And the verb translated "wash me thoroughly" comes from the root kaves, to wash, and as in the kal stem, to wash. But here it appears in the PL form, kivesh, meaning really wash me intensively, scrub me completely, leave really nothing untouched. And so David isn't asking for some kind of surface level cleansing. He's pleading for a more deep, thorough purification. So, and the PL reminds us that God's work is not casual or causal or casual or partial. His actions are intentional and complete. When God cleanses, when He teaches, restores, or judges, He does it fully. This pushes against shallow views of repentance, where people might say, "Well, I'm sorry," or shallow views of transformation, where we don't really transform; we just make some improvements. Instead, God is after total renewal. And so kind of aligns with the broader biblical picture. God doesn't just forgive, He transforms. He doesn't just instruct, He forms. And He doesn't just begin a work, He brings it to completion. The PL gives us linguistic weight to that very truth. God's works with intensity towards completion. We might want to ask ourselves, am I seeking partial change or true deep transformation? As Hebrews 12, 1 and 2 speaks to, or do I want God to fix just the symptoms or really cleanse the root? We can pray a dangerous prayer, dangerous in the sense that it can be difficult to get through. Lord, don't just improve me, transform me completely.